King Charles has made silent moves behind palace walls before, but this one may have just drawn a permanent line between him and his youngest son. It happened quietly. No motorcade, no red carpet, no palace announcement. While most people were watching royal drama build back in the UK, Prince Harry slipped into Toronto almost unnoticed. No official photos were released. No press conference was scheduled. In fact, the only hint he was even there came from a single Instagram story posted by event organizers just minutes before he took the stage. And that silence wasn't accidental, because this wasn't a charity gala. It wasn't a military ceremony, and it definitely wasn't a royal engagement. This was a closed-door appearance inside one of Canada's most powerful political and business conferences, hosted by the Ontario Real Estate Association. Over 450 politically connected real estate leaders packed into a Hilton ballroom for what was described only as an exclusive conversation with Prince Harry. No cameras allowed, no transcript released, no official summary shared with the public. And that's where the real mystery begins. For years, Harry's public identity has been carefully shaped around service, veterans, and the legacy of the Invictus Games, but this room was different. These were power brokers, political insiders, decision makers, people who shape housing policy, development, and money flow across Ontario. And somehow, Harry was the final speaker of the day, the closing voice in a room full of political muscle. So what exactly was he doing there? People magazine reportedly reached out for comment. No response came back. The organizers remained silent. Even attendees were tight-lipped. All that surfaced publicly was a short clip of people whispering about their anticipation, and a single photo captioned, "Last pic before Prince Harry takes the stage." No footage of the stage itself has ever surfaced. What makes this even more intriguing is the timing. This Toronto trip wasn't a one-off. It marked Harry's third visit to Canada in just 1 year. Only weeks earlier, he had quietly returned to the same country for Remembrance Day, meeting privately with veterans and military families through the True Patriot Love Foundation. Before that, he and Meghan Markle had traveled to British Columbia for the Invictus Games Winter Edition. 3 trips, 1 year, same country, and every single visit has followed the same pattern: controlled access, limited media, focused audiences. It's starting to look less like travel and more like a strategy, because while Harry has been quietly building influence in Canada, the emotional distance back home has never felt wider. His relationship with King Charles has remained publicly distant. There have been no visible reunions, no reconciliation appearances, no coordinated family moments, just silence and separate paths. On one side, the monarchy tightening ranks. On the other, Harry moving freely through private global circles. And then there's the detail everyone noticed immediately. Meghan wasn't there. No joint appearance, no coordinated travel photos, no shared statement. For a couple that once moved as a unit on the global stage, Harry's solo presence raised immediate questions. Fans didn't jump to conclusions, but speculation spread fast. Some wondered if this signaled a shift in how they're positioning themselves publicly. Others believe Harry may be intentionally carving out a solo speaking identity separate from their joint brand. Nothing has been confirmed, but the pattern is becoming harder to ignore. What makes this moment even heavier is the emotional contrast playing out behind the scenes. Just weeks earlier, Harry had stood among veterans during remembrance events, a role that connects directly to his past inside the military and inside the royal family. Now he's speaking to political power players behind closed doors. Same man to completely different worlds, and only one of them is moving forward. This Toronto appearance didn't come with crowds cheering outside. It didn't come with palace credentials. It came with security, silence, and a locked schedule. That alone tells you this wasn't about symbolism. It was about influence. For years, critics claimed Harry had nowhere to land after stepping away, that his relevance would fade without palace backing. But this moment quietly pushed back against that narrative, because rooms like this, the ones without cameras, are where real leverage is often built. And yet, emotionally, the cost remains visible. While Harry was stepping onto a private stage in Toronto, his family story back in the UK remained unresolved. The distance with his father unhealed, the strain with his brother untouched. Publicly, nothing has shifted. Privately, everything is changing. Canada now appears to be the place where Harry can show up without being defined by palace protocol or tabloid tabloid warfare, a place where his past is acknowledged, but not weaponized, a place where he can still speak, still matter, still move conversations forward. The question is whether that's enough, because quiet reinventions rarely come without consequences, and every step he takes deeper into these private influence circles also places him further from the world he once belonged to. This Toronto appearance may not dominate headlines. There were no royal headlines splashed across newspapers, no dramatic balcony photos, no official royal commentary, but in many ways, that's exactly what makes it powerful. It wasn't loud, it was deliberate, and sometimes the moves that make the least noise are the ones that change everything.